Hello, hello. Welcome to Anime Anonymous. I'm CJ.
And this is Ace.
And we have a special guest this week. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Jess. Also the wife.
The wife of CJ.
Yes, not
the global wife. God forbid. Hell no. And we mentioned that we were going to have a special guest because this week is Arcane, and we are going to fill that addiction all day today because all of us absolutely love this, and that is why Jess is on the podcast. She told me if we were ever going to do this one and a couple other animes, she wanted to be on it. So Ace and I gave our kind of intro to anime when we first did our first couple episodes. So Miss Jess, what is your intro to anime?
You.
Short and sweet. Gotta love it.
Great answer.
Man, I tell you, that was practiced.
No. My first anime was Sword Art Online. CJ thought that was the best one to start with. And of course it was because I watched it, I think, 3 times straight. Yeah. And CJ was like, why are you still watching this? I can put you on something better.
It's so mid. The first season is good. I will say that. And then it kind of went downhill. But, it was an easy one to get into.
Yeah. But that one's a good starter. That was the one I started with, and now I watch anime whenever CJ thinks it's a good one that fits my criteria, which is not so much the action.
Picked some, though.
Yeah.
And you asked me, and I'm like, I don't know. Like Promised Neverland. You didn't start that one with me.
No.
You're like, oh, what about this one? I was like, this is a pretty good anime.
That's true. I started a couple by myself, but most of the time you tell me to watch it, and then I watch it.
Because as I've said on this podcast, I've watched way too many anime, so I think
we all have.
So I can judge it pretty well. So honestly, just want to get into it because love this anime, and I guess technically it's not your normal anime, but anything animated, I'm calling an anime. That's adult-esque, right? Like I had a so funny kind of little side topic. One of the other podcasts I listen to, I'm friends with the creators of it, and he asked me, he was like, "What do you define as anime?" And I was like, well, cartoons are technically anime because it's animated, right? Doesn't matter if it's drawn. But I said I classify cartoons as like for kids or just kind of stupid. And then anime is more of a higher level, technically. Like there are stupid anime, don't get me wrong. Right. But like a lot of anime, it's more teen, young adult, more mindset, in my opinion. And I was a huge into mythology, so I think like anime is like mythos, like animated. Well, cartoons, I'm like, that's why I consider Avatar an anime, but a lot of people consider it a cartoon. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not cartoon.
Which Avatar?
Last Airbender.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people consider that a cartoon.
I guess if I had to define it, I would say if I had to say anime would be classified to me as Japanese or Korean cartoons. If it's Americanized, then it's cartoons to me.
See, but Castlevania is considered an anime, and it wasn't made in Japan.
Anyway, I don't think I even watched Castlevania.
Oh, what? Very good. Very good. Anyway, totally. See, this is why I love doing this with other people, because it just go off the wall, random tangents. But this week,
but you learn something new every time. Because now I need to check out Castlevania.
And what is it? No, I was gonna say, and learning is half the battle. No, it's knowing is half the battle. See, I can't even do a G.I. Joe reference. Whatever. This episode was a long time coming. Yes. Myself and Jess, we were out of town, and then Ace,
I got sick.
He was sick, so but we're here, and we are going to vibe. Yes. So this week is Arcane. All of us are going to give our kind of spoiler-free views on it, and then we're going to jump into it. Now, again, we're going to try and not spoil everything because we want you to watch this. This thing is amazing. And actually, the wife and I looked it up earlier, and it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I was like, wow.
Yeah, that shocked me when you told
Yeah,
me this morning.
yeah. I told
like,
Ace, he was like, huh?
I'm like, oh, it's probably an 8 on there.
Yeah, yeah, 100% fresh. Like, that's great.
And it's worth it. You know,
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
is. It's anyway. You know what? I was about to get into it. I just want to talk.
I tried to set him up.
All right, so since you're the newbie,
Oh, really?
Jess, you
I'm the
first.
Welcome to
Sit up.
Anime Anonymous.
Okay, well, I never knew of League of Legends or what it was. I'm not a video game person whatsoever, so do not criticize me about this. But I really enjoyed this. I believe when we first watched it, CJ and I binge watched it for a good amount of time.
Yeah, I think we went through like the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
And me with binge watching any show that I like, if I power through going past 10 o'clock, which is normally my bedtime, means it's a good show.
She's so funny.
It's true. She was still up. I was like, yo, she really likes this.
I was like, let's keep going, let's keep going. And he's like, no, we gotta go to bed. I'm like, fine.
And we had work. It was like 1 a.m. I was like, you're on my sleep schedule.
But no, it was really good. I loved the characters. The art in it was amazing, and I'm an artist at heart, so yeah. And the soundtrack is, you can put it on repeat. But yeah, that's my spoiler free.
You saying that makes so much sense because you're an artist and I used to do music. So I love the music. Like, that's my thing. And she loves the music, but her art is like huge to her, which is really big to me too because I love art because anything I can't do, I really love. And I am horrible with drawing. And I think it was I'll just do mine because I'm already talking because I'm freaking just talk way too much. But love this anime. It's amazing. I used to play League before, so I knew the different people. I always had a soft spot for Jinx because she's the crazy character, and I generally like the kind of off the wall, kind of crazy anarchy characters. But I did like the take that they had on her in this because in the game she's like a kind of fun anarchist. Jinx in this is dark, bro. Like, and I'm here for it. I'm like, that is my girl. But yeah, I loved this anime. It was great. I think it got a lot of people who weren't even into anything sort of anime related into it. And I think news said that people got into League just from this show. So, it hit different places. What about you, Ace?
Yeah, so I was a heavy League player prior to this show, so I already knew the characters, already was hugely interested in how they were going to present the information in the show. I was a huge fan of Vi because I was a very fan favorite of the solo players like solo tops and mid, so I was using Vi. When I saw Jace in there, I was just like, he has the same weapon in the game. They're doing it accurate. Same with Jinx and Echo, and just seeing Echo's game mechanics just in the animation. I'm just
man.
You guys are killing it. I hope Echo, like, in the next season, he goes off, like, goes crazy. And then the last scene with Echo, don't even get me started. That boy was up there at me hype. So, just to summarize it, yeah, I loved it. Just to repeat, the animation was so beautiful. The music just was top notch. Every aspect of the show just had me fully engaged, and I think I marathoned it like episode to episode. Like, I just finished it all in one sitting. But that's because I was a huge fan and I was a League player. So, yeah, I'm ready to get into it. But I loved it.
All right.
Definitely recommend.
So another question before we jump into like the different scenes, and we can jump around, we can go in order, just however we're feeling. outside of like the main characters, because my favorite is Jinx, 100%. Who is your second favorite? So taking out Jinx and Vi, because those are like the main characters.
Right. So I would say Echo, just because I love that swordsman play, the combat style. Like, I was just a huge fan of Echo. Can't wait to see more of him. But I think based on this specific movie, or not movie, but the 12 episodes. Yeah, it did feel like a movie. The 12 episodes, I would have to say Victor.
Yo, so it's funny you say that, right? Because like, if you play the games, right, Victor's part of the villain side, right? Mm-hmm. But man, you're like, yo, I feel for this.
Yeah,
guy.
He had me like,
I'm like
heartstrings pulling. I'm like,
I respect that. I respect that because his story is tough. What about you, Jess?
Well, my favorite is definitely Vi. Okay, she's my girl. I mean, if I was lesbian, that was
well,
that
you
was
are
her.
a softball player. So
I am a softball player,
so
it's deep down in my veins.
This went a little left for me. But I'm all ears.
But my second favorite, oh man, I don't even know. Because Echo is so like funny. Like, even in the early part of the series, he was just a funny kid.
Oh, little man?
Little man. But yeah, I don't know. All the characters are so good. But yeah, Echo, I think, probably didn't like annoy me as much as the other characters in some sense. So I liked him probably the most because like Jinx and Vi, they were the best. But the other ones are hard to pick from for a second place, in my opinion.
See, I thought you were going to say, like, Caitlyn or something.
Now I got a question.
Okay, yeah, Caitlyn, okay. Yeah, because since Vi's my girl,
I mean, just because I said it, you don't have to. I thought that's who you were going to say.
Well, when we get into it, Caitlyn, yeah, I'll explain why Caitlyn's probably not my second pick.
Okay,
let's hear that.
But, yeah.
She said she wants to get into it.
We'll get into it, and when we get into the scenes of Caitlyn, I'll explain why. But she did crack me up a few times. That's what I was saying. My second is very hard to pick. Like, if I could pick three, my seconds would be Caitlyn, Echo, and who's the other one? Oh gosh, who's the other guy?
Well, I don't
Jace?
know.
No, Jace, no.
Yeah, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. We don't dislike him, but he is kind of annoying.
Oh no, Silco.
I hate it.
No.
Wait, who?
Silco's the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Those would be my top two.
See, my second, Silco.
And I understand why, but that's because he supports Jinx.
No, his whole just vibe. My God, he's a villain that I would love in an actual like movie. Like, he's not so like let's take it to comics, right? I like Bane. And I mean, I like comic book Bane. Comic book Bane isn't an idiot. He's a genius. But he's imposing, right? He's huge, muscular dude. Right. But he's very smart in the comics. In the movies, they always make him stupid. But Silco he uses his mind, and he has a suave about him, right? Like, every time he's walking, you're like, this dude owns the room. Mm-hmm. And the accent that the guy used for him was just really good. Mm-hmm. It had like a undertone of like just villainy to it, right? Uh-huh. Like, I was like, this dude is tough.
Yeah, he's like a debonair villain.
Yes.
The smoothest villain you could ever have.
Like, he just has some of the, like, the when you talk, it's almost like a snake is talking, right? Like, it's so, like, he's dangerous, but you're like, I'm kind of drawn to that. Like, this dude is bringing me in. Like, I love Silco. Okay. And he's so cocky at certain points, and it's just funny to me. And then he has funny scenes. Like, one of my favorite scenes ever is when oh crap, what is her name? The one with the Savika. Savika has just fought Vi, and she's walking up, and she's literally like hanging out, bleeding. He's like, you're making a mess, and she's like, boss, the sister, she's back. And my man turns around, he goes, from the dead. And I'm just like, that cracks me up every time.
No, he was definitely a great villain, great character for sure.
So, last thing about Silco. I can vibe with him too because he's doing things that he shouldn't be, like you know, the drug, like he's pandering that out. But he has a reason for it. He wants his people to be free. So like I can understand that too. I don't think the method that he's using is good at all. No. But that's one thing I like about this show. There's never a truly bad guy in it, and there's definitely no amazing good guys. Right? Everybody has light and everybody has dark.
Yeah, and they portrayed that very well.
And I think that is why I think it resonates with a lot of people too, because at the end of the day, you can never truly identify with someone who's holier than thou and like just, right? Mm-hmm. But you can identify with a lot of these characters.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so. And just to piggyback, yeah, they definitely presented that information, like just the controversy of when Jace was trying to make the right decision.
Yeah,
that part was super relatable. Then, of course, with Silco, same with Vi. Who was Vi's dad again? I can't think his name.
Vander.
Same with Vander, because he was debating and trying to convince Vi, like, we could have a war and then all of us get wiped out.
Yep.
Or you can follow my lead and keep everybody safe like I have it. Mm-hmm. And we can try to make the best of it and improve slowly.
Which there are rumors, or people think that Vander is Warwick. Yeah. See, that means nothing to Jess. That means stuff to you.
Yes.
If we had a video,
that is the case. I'm about to be hyped.
Yeah.
Warwick is a beast in the game. All my League of Legends, please shout out. Please like this. Subscribe, share it right now. If y'all know who Warwick is, you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So when I saw that, I was like,
how did you figure that out?
I
need you to get.
I got so in deep when I was first watching this, and I was reading through. I'm like, oh, I wonder who this person is, or like the obvious people, and then I'm like, who is that? And then there's all these theories, like literally the Vander's Warwick. I'm like, yo, if he is Warwick, I am hype.
Just showed me a Google post. Yeah. I'm hyped now.
Yeah.
If that comes true, I'm hyped.
If it doesn't, Vander was still a good character.
Oh, for sure. But he turned up. I'm so hyped. So, okay. New topic. Who would be your worst character or the character that you did not like? I want you guys to go first. I have mine.
Oh, mine? I can definitely say the worst character. Definitely. Oh gosh. If we're going, are we doing the whole like? See,
so give me two then. Give me the worst and who annoyed you the most, because that could be different. And if it's the same person, then do your thing.
Who's the professor's name?
Oh, you're talking about
I remember.
Oh, the short one.
Yeah.
Heimendinger.
Yeah. I'm like,
hey,
League. I wanted to say Heimdall, right? Too much smite. Like, I'm like, nah, it ain't Heimdall.
All my leaguers,
he's probably my top one that annoyed me the most, because he was just always like downing, like just saying no to Jace, no to Victor on trying to improve the world. I'm like, you've been in this world for 300 years. You want to keep it this way, or you want to move forward? Like, come on now, dude. And then my second one would be Milo. Milo just annoyed the crap out of me. He would not shut up. And that's my Vi girl coming out. It's like, he would not shut up.
Milo. Oh, the
yeah.
Oh, so.
Wait, let me see who's Milo.
Milo's the one who got them in the fight.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
And picking on Jinx.
Yeah. So I could be totally off on this, but I think the creators of this were poking fun at Overwatch
Okay.
because Milo looks a lot like Junkrat, and
he
the
does.
other one, the big dude that's always with Milo, reminds me of the fat guy that's always with Junkrat. What is it? Roadhog. Like, because Roadhog has goggles and Roadhog has a mask, but I'm like, I wonder if they're
Oh.
like, but I could be totally off, right? This is just me. I'm like, I feel like they're.
And I felt like it was an Overwatch, like, kind of cool, but I was just like, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
No
so it could be totally not true, but to me, I'm like, I feel like they're poking fun of Overwatch because,
that.
especially what happens to them.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Oh man, you're just coming out with all the gems today. And I thought this was gonna be like a little bit different based off like our morning conversation, but nah, okay, you had some stuff in the archives you're bringing up. All right. So yeah, so now the question's on you. Who would be the worst character or the character that was most annoying to you?
So I would, just because she already said Heimdinger, because yeah, he was very annoying to me.
And I'm gonna go out and say Heimerdinger was mine too, because I was just like, bruh, make a decision.
Outside of him, my least favorite outside of him would have to be Jace. And I didn't dislike Jace that much, but I felt like he was too easily manipulated, right? And then he also didn't stick to his guns. And I'm just like, bro, if you're gonna do something, do it 100. That's
Right.
it. And then if it screws up, own it, right? Like, don't do it and then you have something, you're like, I shouldn't have done this, blah blah blah. No, man up, bro.
Right.
Like, okay, own it. Like, dang, I screwed up. All right, let's keep it moving.
No, I completely agree with that. Jace and Heimerdinger, that half in, half out, or so passive that you don't want to hurt one person, but you can save a whole bunch of lives, but you're just worried about yourself. I think he was actually very selfish because he didn't make a decision and stand by his gun. So Jace was definitely one of them where I'm like, stand your ground. Stay 10 toes with your decision, and you got to make a change. You got to do something to get something to react.
Yeah.
So definitely Jace was annoying, and Jace in the game was so badass. I'm like, you're not giving me the same.
I think he's gonna grow. Like, and that's why I say I don't dislike him a lot. It's just different points annoy me. And again, I can vibe with him on how like hard he was going at it. Like, Heimdinger told him, don't mention magic, right? But then the whole council is talking smack about him. Like, your stuff didn't show any proof. They just let anybody in. And he's feeling some type of way, and I would too. And then he's like, no, I'm going to tell you what I was doing. I was trying to make magic. And then they're like, you can't do that. And then my girl's like, has anybody tried?
Right.
And then Heimdinger is just like, that, and then he annoyed me again.
Yeah, he was like, we're not going to do that. I've been around for 300 years.
Yeah. But flip, Jace has some lines that I do like. He was like, not humans don't live for centuries.
Right.
We need change right now.
Right.
And I'm just like, go ahead, Jace.
I just wish he just. I think I want Jace to be more consistent. And I understand he has room to grow, yada yada yada. Okay, cool. But I ain't like Jace. I'm like, bro,
I get it.
hold your ground.
Hey, I get it.
And then the manipulative with the Black Queen,
Mel.
Mel.
Yeah, Mel.
I'm like, bro, don't fall for it. Like, I wish I could see my gesture right now. I'm like, don't fall for that. Like, I know.
He fell for it.
Yeah, he fell for it. I'm like,
but then she fell for him.
yeah, and I'm like, this. It's so relatable. Like, if y'all just pay attention, guys, when y'all watch this or rewatch this, pay attention to the finesse of Mel, and then the inconsistencies with Jace.
Yeah.
And he's like the stereotypical like male figure that women should be like falling over or whatever. And I'm like, Jace, if you don't just stay consistent and hold it down for us, I'm gonna be mad. And I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jason, Heimerdinger were definitely the worst characters. But yeah. Any questions you guys wanna talk about?
I'll say, I like this because I don't want us spoiling so much. So
I know, that's why I'm
so
like trying to, like, be
usually
picky.
we go kind of through it, but no, I like this format. So, favorite couple scenes.
Favorite couple scenes?
No, favorite
I was about to
couple
say,
of
there's
scenes,
only
right?
one
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
I'll be real with you. I can't just pick a favorite scene, so I ain't even
tough.
gonna do that. Right?
Yeah.
So you can pick, let's say your top 3 scenes.
Obviously, the ending.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. I'll let you guys.
Obviously, the ending. That's top notch.
I'll let y'all think. All right. So, scene number 1, and these are not in any like
Particular order.
order of rating for me personally or episodically. Vi coming down the pipe when Jace is fighting and she just haymaker somebody right in the face.
Okay.
And it matches with the music perfectly. She goes boom. It's just like it's so good. It's so good. And then like after she freaking haymakers the person, she looks at Jay. She's like, "Sup?"
Yeah. Like, it's good.
And like, granted, Vi's not my favorite. Like she's up there, but like Echo's higher than her in my opinion.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
like, I respect when she puts up her set, bruh.
Oh,
like
yeah.
when she puts the set up, like they really took a fighter.
Yeah.
right? Because like when I put my set up, right, you kind of get your
Yeah.
shoulders into it and then you put it up and you
Yeah.
settle into it every time. She didn't just put her set up like you see in other anime or shows. She put her set up,
Gets
set,
comfortable.
yeah, she rolled and then set. And you're like, oh, she's
Yeah,
ready.
she's about to whoop ass. Yeah.
Yeah, which, man, I can't mention that scene because it's not one of mine. But there's another scene where she puts her set up and she haymakers somebody, and Silco is like, "Damn,
Right.
where did this kid come from?" Like he's like, she's the truth.
Right.
Like we gotta watch out for this one. Like so.
Facts.
So that's one. My other 2 favorite scenes actually happen kind of back to back. My other one is when Jinx, she's up on the tower and you hear a callback to the episode 3, where Vi gives her the lantern. She's like, "Light this up anywhere and I'll find you." And like you hear that and she pops it, and again the music is so good.
Spot on.
And it's just, and the reason I really like it is because while they're going around her, they're showing different scenes. When they go around her, you're seeing the demons that she's dealing with. You see Milo and you see the other dude in shadowy figure forms behind her. I'm like, damn, like that is gonna mess somebody up because she was already messed up as a kid.
Right.
Because, your parents get killed off rip, right? And then my other one, like I said, kind of back to back, is when she and Vi, but mainly she is fighting the Firelights. Like they come out, right? Like when Vi shows, like she freaks out, she throws the thing because she's like, "Oh, she lied to me." And Vi shows up, she's like, "Powder," and she's like, "Are you real?" Well, blah blah. They have their little thing, and then she's like, "Do you hear that?" Nobody else hears it, so obviously her senses are freaking high. And then the Firelights come out and they're zooming around, blah, blah, blah. And she has like, Vi is a better quote unquote natural fighter, but Jinx, the way she moves and reacts is just sick. Like there's the scene that's in my head is she's standing there and there's a firelight above her that she shouldn't be able to see. And they like either come down or they throw something down at her and she dodges it crazily. Like her eyes are zoned out and she just goes boop, goes slightly to the left and dodges it. And then there's another firelight that tries to take her head off and she just bends backwards and takes a bomb and puts it on it.
Okay, so all my One Piece fans, that is hockey. That was a hockey moment, and I'm so glad he said it. I was literally like, bro, if he doesn't like this movement, he can't say nothing about One Piece. So if you guys watch One Piece and y'all know them hockey moments and Luffy's up there just dodging CP9 lasers, off topic, but yeah, I completely agree.
So those are my three. Like I have so many, okay. Honorable mention, Echo.
Yes,
but,
sir. Yes, sir.
But I figured one of you is gonna say that one,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm not. But those are mine. So either one of y'all.
All right, go ahead, Jess.
Okay, well, you took two of mine. So
Oh gosh, it's not like there's plenty of others.
I know, but there is one that I thought you were going to say, but because it is about your girl, it's when after the big explosion in Progress Day, where Jinx killed like half enforcers.
I know which scene you're talking about.
So the Jinx like theme song's going off and she's jamming, she's got her goggles on, and Silk goes behind her like, Jinx, Jinx, and then he knocks it out, Jinx, and she goes, that's me. Half enforcers, half a dozen enforcers, dead. Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's like, you blew up a building. Yeah, that happened.
But I got this. And I was just like, this girl is psycho.
Yeah.
That was like, what's Joker's wife's name?
Harley
Quinn.
Harley? Yeah.
Completely reminded me of Harley Quinn, and I'm definitely a Harley Quinn
a lot of
fan.
people say that, but the thing is, nobody technically controls Jinx, and that's one. I love Harley too, but she gets abused by Joker. Like if you really read like the comics and stuff, he abused the hell out of her. Yeah. So that's one thing I'm not a huge fan of with her. But I get that a lot of people do that. Yeah. A lot of people put them together. Mm-hmm. So that was one.
Okay. Definitely Vi coming down the pole, with her big old gauntlets. I was just like, that was sick. That was sick. I was like, she just literally knocked the crap out of that guy.
All right. So since you're using one of mine, we'll do another honorable mention. Because another scene that I like is end of episode 4.
So you're in Progress Day.
No, okay, so there's probably 5. When Caitlin goes to see who the inmate was that hit the dude, and then you just hear doop 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 doop, just like somebody punching the wall, and she's walking down, just boom boom, and you just see these tats on the back, and then she gets to her cell, and you just see Vi turn and just like, who are you? And I'm just like, oh snap, she's a G.
Vi was such. I love Vi. She definitely deserved to be one of the main characters for sure. I didn't want to cut you over.
No, that was probably another one. I mean, all of my favorite scenes had Vi in them.
Vi is 100% her favorite.
Except for that one for Jinx. That was just like...
Well, that was 2. What's your third one?
My third one?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it real fast.
I gave you so much time.
It is hard to pick. If I could pick all of it, I could pick every single moment of every episode, and they would be my favorite.
That's fair.
That's not fair. You know why? Because some of those moments have Heimdall and Jason in them.
But Jinx was one of the ones she liked.
No, but she was like every moment. No. Okay. Say what you will. I love this anime. Nah, bruh. Not every moment's my favorite.
Which made it like come all together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Probably one that made me like feel it the most was when Vander and like Benzo, like end of episode 3, that whole slaughter fest that happened, and Vi was literally like just downright emotional.
Yeah, I got you.
And then Echo comes in all crying. I felt that. I was like,
yeah, that was a good scene.
But she got pissed quick.
Oh yeah,
she got pissed quick, and I was like, ooh, I can relate to that. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a very hard.
That was a hard one.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Well, you guys definitely made it hard.
I mean, there's only 9 episodes?
Yeah, 9 episodes, but a lot.
They're 45-minute episodes.
Yeah, and they're good. They're good episodes.
So I guess, not in any particular order, the first episode when they're going through that scene where Vi and Jinx literally see Vander drop the gauntlets.
Oh yeah, like
He looks
like
over.
a minute in.
Yeah,
like
a minute in, and I'm
yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
I'm
they got
invested.
you off rip. They
I'm
got
fully
you
invested.
Off rip. Off
And they
rip.
see their parents laying there, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
if y'all are not invested by now, and it only gets better.
Yeah.
So that's that's my first scene for sure. Obviously the last scene with the rocket just coming through
On
the
the
air
music?
and the music. I'm
They-
like,
ev-
oh my!
All other
goodness.
sound is dead. You don't even hear the rocket, and the song is like, oh,
Just hit it, just like, and it's so slow, and it's just like you're just encased. The longer it goes, and you're just
and
waiting
the song.
and waiting.
He's like, what did he say? I am the monster that you created. Like,
I was like,
ooh.
way to go. I just wanted to applaud it right
Mm-hmm.
there. So those are my two. I'm not gonna spoil anything on the first and the last. And then I guess the third one that you guys didn't say, because honorable mention Echo. If I had to do a third one, it was the kind of the backstory or the emotional controversy of the doctor.
Victor.
Yeah, of Victor.
Oh,
And
his
because-
backstory with the.
Like when he met the one guy.
like just the whole thing from
Yeah.
Victor's
him
story.
dying, like
Victor's story is
and
good.
him trying to like battle, like I want to be a hero, but he knows he's working on like a very controversial dark side at the same time, and then he's trying to like see if the medicine can save his life as well. It was just like his whole presence and backstory. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I'm fully invested.
Yeah, no,
So-
I really
He had
want
a lot of
to.
strength.
I really want more of his story
Yeah.
because again, if you played the games at all, and this is no spoilers because if you search Victor, you're gonna see his league model first.
Right.
He's like a cyborg. Mm-hmm. So it's just like and his backstory is he and Jace were partners, but they split because they had different views on science.
Right.
And so I really want to see that story unfold more because I feel for Victor. Like,
And then that scene at the tunnel,
Yeah.
when he's like just looking out, and then Jace comes up behind him, and I don't want to spoil it, but like that scene,
yeah, that scene's a good
I'm
scene.
like,
Yep.
Victor.
Yep.
So,
Well, shoot. So, no honorable mention. We're talking about the
I know,
scene
right?
there, man. Echo and Jinx on the bridge. Oh, it's so
beautiful.
good.
And I love combat, so that's why I was like, this is too easy.
Oh, it's so
I'm the
good.
biggest combat.
I was
fan.
expecting one of y'all to say that scene.
Well, I thought he
Well,
was gonna say it.
we mentioned it
Hey,
subtly.
no, there ain't no subtlety.
When
That
I
is an
first
amazing scene.
even
Yeah,
spoke
that was.
about
That
Arcane,
was.
I'm like, Echo is the guy.
They
Yeah.
put respect on Echo though, because I personally never liked his model in the game.
Oh, he
He
looked-
just looked like a bootlegged gecko to me. I don't know, like his suit, like his outfit that they have in it, just looked really weird.
I think I
Bruh.
wasn't really worried about his look. I like
That's
his,
part of the aesthetic
his kit
for me.
though. Yeah, I like
No, his kit's good.
And I was like,
his kit is cool.
stopping time, blitzing,
Yeah.
the hockey moments for my One Piece fans out there. I'm like, Echo.
No, his
And then-
kit is cool, but it's just
And he
like,
has a blade, right?
yeah, it's
yeah.
like a weird sword kind
Yeah,
of
sword
looking thing,
laser.
like sword hook thing. I don't
Yeah.
know, it's weird.
I was like, whew.
But when he took off his helmet and he had kind of like that Killmonger hair, bro,
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yes, sir.
like him and Vi's interaction.
Oh, it was great.
He was
Yes.
like, "Oh, you still punch like a girl, and you still block with your face." I'm like, "Dang!"
Yeah. I was like, Echo, you better go off in season 2 for sure. Oh man, I was a big fan. So,
Yeah,
it was a lot of great moments in
There's
this.
so many just good action moments, funny moments, and like emotional moments, and just the growth you see like between, let's say, Jinx and Silco, right? At first, when he first meets her, like you don't know what he's gonna do because he's kind of standing a certain way, right? And then you see him kind of take it on, and you're like, oh, he's just gonna use this chick. And then you just see through the episodes, like, oh, he loves this girl. Like, he cares for her. And it's just like it's the quote unquote like the dichotomy between the two sides, right? Vander loved her too. And so, and there's that one scene in when he goes to talk to Vander, right? Like the little statue. There's a statue of Vander there, and Silco is sitting there drinking a thing. He was like, "I guess this is what it is."
Oh, in the bar.
No. There's a statue. It's like a fountain statue or whatever, and he's talking to him because they were friends, right?
Right.
And he's like, "Is there anything undoing, like having a daughter?" And like, it's just like, Vander was the quote unquote light, Silco's like the dark. But then when you look at their story, why did Silco go dark?
Right.
Like, so it's just, I love Silco, but I really loved that relationship between the two of them. But but like, again, even though Vi's not my favorite, right? There's a lot of scenes that I liked of hers, and she has a lot of good like scenes that match up with music. So like, like the song for the show, "Enemy," right? She straight up flying knees, Savika in the chin when "Enemy's" going on.
Right.
Dude, Savika got a butt whooping that whole series because she lost her arm, came back, got kneed in the face, and then freaking Jinx goes psycho on her and hangs her from the freaking ceiling.
Hey, bro. But hey, put some respect on Savika though. Like Savika, she was throwing down on people too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like she,
I enjoyed seeing her lose though. I ain't lying.
oh yeah, of course. She's a good bad guy,
it,
right?
yeah.
Like she was the true bad guy, right? In the sense of I didn't identify with her at all, but I liked her portrayal of a bad guy, right?
I liked her as an enemy for sure.
Like, so she's your more normal, stereotypical bad individual.
Right.
But like some of I really want them to make her a character, like, because her kit would look cool too. So I think she'd be more of like a kind of like an assassin-ish.
An assassin? Okay.
Yes, because like
I was going to say top laner.
Well, because like if you look at it, a lot of her stuff is you. This is an audio podcast. You just missed Jess just throwing her hand over her head, saying this.
Yep.
She is checked out. Because a lot of her stuff is close quarters,
Right.
and high damage, right? Which is a stereotypical kind of like assassin jungler, like a
jungler.
like a
I
master
can see her
Yi,
as a jungler.
right?
Yeah, I can see her as a jungler.
But I think her ult, if they made it her ult, would be cool. So when she's fighting Vi the second time, she like overcharges her arm, right? And she slices and she shoots out like energy, like slices.
Right.
I'm like, ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, and then
Definitely a jungler.
she has like the I feel like it could be a stem, like so. Like she could have like a basic stem because sometimes she has the blade, sometimes she doesn't. So I think if they made her kit, that could be a stem that gives her more damage, but also gives her a little bit more range.
Right.
So I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I feel like she'd be
All right,
really
game developer.
cool, right? Like I feel like she'd be cool.
Yeah, you need to talk to Brian. But hey guys, got a new character for you.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I can see that, and definitely the jungler. I can see the jungler for sure. I still can't see the assassin because she can take a beating.
Yeah. So I guess like so we would maybe like a bruiser.
Yeah, bruiser jungler.
Yeah.
I can see that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then her kit. You don't think her kit would be in the game too similar to Vi's?
I think that would make it kind of fun, right? Because like you don't really have anybody super close to Vi. And Vi's a little bit more defensive. So I think she'd be the more attacking version because like one of Vi's abilities, which you see in the show, is the shield.
Right.
So like I feel like that'd be a cool like
Matchup.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a cool. It's like you have like the dark, more aggressive Vi, and then you've got the hey, like I'm the shield, but I'll beat you down Vi. Like that'd be cool.
Okay.
I think I'd like that.
Riot, hope you're listening.
Yeah, right.
Full credit goes to Anime Anonymous. We do accept crypto.
Yeah. But I mean, shoot, what else do you want to talk about, though?
What was the most like heartfelt scene? For, like number one. We're not gonna pick more than one. Your number one that really
Heartfelt
hit your
scene.
heart the most. Because I don't
I'll
know
go
if
first on this one.
yeah,
Yeah, you can go ahead.
yeah.
The most heartfelt scene was, and I may be confusing him, who was in the bar and just going through it? Was that Vi or Jinx?
What do you mean?
So
Describe the scene.
it was just so much pain, so much like anger, all these backflashes. Like I think it was Vi, and she was just just blaming herself for how Jinx turned out, and
I remember.
Shoot,
it was a bar scene. It was
You're not talking about the scene where she's about to turn herself in, right?
I think so.
Okay, she wasn't at the bar, she was at Benzo's shop.
Okay, Benzo's shop.
Because this is when the note came in to the enforcers. The enforcers were coming.
Right.
But Vander and Benzo showed up. That's the scene you're talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that one. It's either that one or the last scene where you just see that bomb flying through the air, and you're like,
I got mine. I know what mine is now.
if this hits, that's a lot of people dead.
Yeah.
But that's hard because then I still like
it's hard. It is hard.
I still
It
like
is hard.
the doctor. Why I keep forgetting his name?
Victor.
Victor. Yeah. And then Victor's scene, his was just completely
with the chick.
just devastatingly sad. I'm like,
Ooh, that one's real.
That's why I asked the question.
I
yeah,
do
that's
know
why
mine.
I was.
I know mine.
And as I talked through it, I'm like, this. Okay,
No, that one's
nope.
rough. That one's rough
I think
too.
I'm gonna go with Victor. I'm gonna go with Victor because Victor had me like really feeling for him. Like, I feel your pain.
Especially because after it, he's like, you hear how weak he is when he talks to Jace. He's like, you have to destroy it.
Right.
I can't. Because, yeah, that's a rough scene.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
I'm gonna go
rough
with
scene.
Victor for that one.
Okay.
Right.
What about you?
I know mine. I'm not gonna spoil too much of it, but I'll say what the scene is, and then you guys will know.
Okay.
It's same episode, last episode, and it's when Jinx is basically having to choose between Vi or Silco, and
That's a good
and
one.
she lashes out basically because she's crazy and can't handle it. And she and Silco exchange just some words, and he's like, I wouldn't give you up for anything.
That
And
father
I'm just
daughter
like,
moment for sure.
Oh man. He was like, that one hit me. That one hit
That
me.
was tough.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite quote unquote feels one.
Yeah, those two, are up there. And then I'm just going to go back to the one where Vi saw the whole slash fest in the very beginning. Because, I mean, you just saw how important Vander was to her. And then, I mean, those feels go even into the following episode where they're trying to get Vander out. And when she sees Vander in that form, that look of fear, but then that look of trust, I was just like, oh, snap, that is really your dad.
Okay.
So if we're talking about that, then this one might be easy or might be a tough question. What scene had you speechless?
Oh, gosh.
Not hyped, not feels. You literally just was just like speechless. I'll give you an example. Mine is talking about that time when they're going to get Vander out, and Jinx tries to help, and
Okay.
stuff ensues, and I'm just like,
Okay.
because you get the motive, you get the thought process, and then you just see the aftermath and what happens, and you're just like,
That did not go as planned.
yeah.
I think I'm right there with you. Even though, yes, I am your wife, but yeah, no. I think that whole scene, I literally was just looking there like, do I be happy or do I be sad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And it progressively gets worse.
Right.
Like, progressively gets worse.
It
Complete
does.
fail.
Yeah.
But you see the intention.
Yeah,
so
you
you're
see
literally
the
like stuck.
intention.
and you
then
see the
every
joy in her
time-
face.
No, yeah, you see the joy, but then, like, the reason it's speechless for me is you're like, the one, the you know what, the toy.
Okay.
Every time you're like,
Is it gonna work?
is it done? King! But you're like, okay, it's done now? King! And you're like, oh god, it's going still!
And I'm so glad she actually got them things to work, because in the beginning her stuff was not working at all.
yeah, that
And
sucked.
just her like constantly feeling like a failure, I was just like, just keep going. It kind of gave me like entrepreneur vibes watching Jinx.
Oh, she's a genius.
Yeah, and I'm like, just stick with it.
And they
like,
say that.
She did.
Yeah.
Like when Victor and Jace were looking at her things, they're like, the build is crude, but it's smart.
Yeah.
Like whoever built this knows what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely was relating to that of like just overcoming the adversity and like just believing in yourself and keep grinding and trying to figure it out. So Jinx and Vi, man, I'm like, they literally hit every single. Anyone that watches this should be able to relate to something in this series of episodes. I want to say movie so bad just because of how well it was created and like the music and just the way it was so fluid. But it's not a movie, and yeah, I don't know. I can't really just choose one that was making me speechless, because it was moments where you're just watching. Like, I had a mixed feelings about in the beginning when they got jumped, when they just made that huge heist. They blew up the house.
Yeah.
And then they come back and now they're like fighting to keep their rewards. And Powder's just like watching her friends get worked.
Yeah, it's slow motion.
And then she just runs, and I'm like, when are you gonna like turn into to Jinx? Like, I wanted her to turn into Jinx a lot faster, I would say. But I love this. Like, after watching it, obviously, I loved how they presented it and how she grew into Jinx.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I can't imagine just leaving my friends getting worked like that in that situation. So it was just.
But then, but then you get it, because like when Milo says, like, why don't you stay? Why didn't you stay? She was like, you don't get it. You're bigger. You're older and stronger. Like she always sees herself as weak, right? Because she's always being taken care of, and she's always been taken care of by Vi.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
But then like. So she knows what I was looking for in Jinx the entire time. I was like, where's the red eye?
Oh,
Where am I getting the
yeah.
red eye? Where's the red eye? I was like, ooh, is that? Nope, she doesn't have it yet. Is it now? Oh, and then the first time you see it,
He was
in
like,
the,
yes.
in like the bathroom scene or whatever, and you just see the red eye. I'm like, yes, Jinx. That's
Oh,
my
with
girl.
Caitlyn.
Yeah. I was like, Jinx is here.
Yeah.
And then they used color so well in this, because then the next time you see it, like right behind Vi, and she's like, well done, sis. And you just
Right.
see a glowing red eye. Just boop. Like, yes, my girl.
Jinx was amazing. Like, and I'm so just to piggyback, like, I like Jinx more in this series than actually in the game. Like,
Yeah.
this series made me like Jinx as an ADC way more, and then it made me like not like Caitlyn as an ADC, even less. So I was like the roles switched for me when it came to like.
Well, Jinx has always been one of the top ones. Like that, there's no argument there. Like she is known as one of the best ADCs in the game.
Okay.
But character wise, I do like her crazy kind of funny personality in the game. But I do like the kind of dark
Dark
version
Jinx
of her
is
in this.
way better.
Yeah, I loved it, and Riot knew what they dude. They capitalized on this show so quick. They had the Arcane skins rip in the game. You know, like, oh, you want Arcane Jinx?
Yep,
Boom, here it is. Arcane Vi, Arcane Caitlyn. Yeah, we got them.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I was definitely hyped for that. It almost made me want to pick up League. Again, after watching
almost
it, I was like, don't do it.
It almost made me want to, because I dropped League a long time ago. Like, I went from League to Smite just purely because I like the third person more. Mm-hmm. And then I loved Paragon, which developers kind of lost the funding for it, but it's coming back.
Yep,
It's going to be called, what is it? I can't remember the predecessor. Okay. Well, actually, it got nerd moment, but like it got split into 2 games. So there's two versions of Paragon out that are coming out. Predecessor, and then the other one I can't think of it. But the original creators of Paragon literally put their stuff on open source and were like, "Hey, if you want to make a game, you can make a game." Cool. So 2 studios took it and made their versions.
I'm excited for that. I do know that League took a lot of my time.
Shoot, you go on Twitch right now. League is still the #1 game being streamed and watched.
My brother is actually on. He has a college scholarship from playing League.
Yeah, bro.
He's literally working as the broadcaster, the production of esports gaming for his school. And now he's getting offers from other schools to be their like esports producer and like broadcaster for other schools. Like as soon as he gets his degree, so League and Arcane has definitely impacted my family's life. So I am definitely a huge fan.
It's a crazy time to live, man. Like esports, you get like
full ride.
Like that is just. Hey, I love my games, but that's stupid. To me. But I get it. It's a new thing. But having esports in the Olympics. Come on, bro. Come on.
Hey, you seen them 5v5 $100,000 games?
Yeah, I have. You know what? What's moving? The hands. That's
exactly.
it.
Hey,
the Olympics is the epitome of physical thing. All right, even curling does more than esports, and I hate curling. But at least they out there scrubbing the ice.
But like them technical characters where like you gotta have the hand speed.
I like certain esports things. It is not Olympics. All right,
you're using your brain.
But they have literally country teams competing.
I know. So, I watch Smite SPL sometimes.
Yeah, so you understand
that ain't Olympics, man.
Hey. I've tried some of these characters and I'm like, this is not fun, and they love it. And my brother's one of them where he'll pick the most technical, difficult character, master it, and I'm like, yeah, you have too much time on your hands.
Well, that's why I like Nox. Nox is like that.
Yeah,
Nox
you like technical characters.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Fizz. I'm more of a Yi.
Master Yi is a beast.
Yeah, I'm more of that Warwick.
Yeah, what are you, Jess? What kind of?
I'm a button smasher.
I love her honesty.
I don't think button smash is gonna help you in those games.
When we play Justice League, I'm in here going.
You mean Injustice?
Whatever.
Oh, good lord. I have put her on the sticks when I was playing like Tekken and stuff with my friends.
Okay,
she was like, "What I do? You know what? Just have at it. Just have fun." Me and my buddy actually had both our girls play against each other. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Like the characters were flying all over the place. It was funny.
Have you played Smash? Super Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, would be a good button smash.
Yeah, you can button smash that.
So yeah, I mean, I'm like the Wii, the Nintendo, Mario Kart
Yeah.
all day.
Like ARMS,
Okay.
Mario Kart, stuff like that.
That.
Yeah.
But when I watched, I think he played Detroit, which is like a thought process game. and
Detroit
then-
Become Human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really cool game.
And
Very
then
good game.
I went and played it, and he's like, "Are you done yet?" I'm like, "No."
She takes too long, bro. She takes too long to make decisions. It's like, you know how like Mass Effect, you have branching things, and the way you
Right.
use it. Well, hot take, because not really mattered at end of Mass Effect 3. Your decisions didn't really matter, but Detroit, your decisions matter.
Right.
Like, bro, I didn't even know you could. I didn't even know certain things were possible. I didn't know you could kill the main dude in the tutorial, bro. In Detroit Become Human, she got him killed. I'm like, how did you kill Connor already?
Sorry.
Okay, now
How
I'm
is he-
interested to see a recording of how
Bro,
she
I'm
plays.
like, how is he dead? How is he dead right
And then,
now?
like, you know the stories where, you know, you're running through and then it's like all of a sudden you gotta hit X or whatever,
Like,
button.
Right.
Right. He'll be like, Jess, hit the X. I'm like, I don't remember where it is.
Yeah, it's like the
She needs to be recorded. She needs to be on Twitch streaming.
yeah, it's the quick oh crap, like quick hacks, like whenever you're doing something and it
Yeah,
flashes
there's a
up.
quick
yeah.
command. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
the one that would get hit by the car.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But anyway, off of that tangent.
Yeah,
go
back to Arcane. Back to Arcane.
Back to Arcane.
All right, we are, golly, we're over an hour. All right, let's wrap it up.
Yes,
But we did say this was going to be a long one. We did say that. I think we all know our ratings, but just for the podcast,
We're kicks and giggles.
what is your rating, Miss Jess?
Can we go above a 10?
You know what? You do you, buddy.
No complaints.
Because, I mean, Rotten Tomatoes scored it at 100%, and, like, the other people scored it, like, above a 9. So I was like, you know what? We're going to make it a 20. We're just going to double it.
Hey, go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead with your bad self.
I watched
No
it
complaints.
2 times in a row in the span of 2 weekends. So that is how much I liked it.
Yeah, that is true.
It wasn't because we were doing this podcast. It was just because I wanted to watch it again and again and again.
Yeah, I was like, I was playing a game last night. I'm like, are you watching Arcane right now? She's like, yes. Look, all right, bro.
Hey, when you put her on fire, I do not
Hey,
complain.
yo, go ahead. That's what I said. All right, what about you, Race?
As you guys obviously can tell, it's a 10 out of 10. If you haven't seen this in the first 1 minute and don't fall in love with it, then you're not human. So, yeah, I'm going to say a 10 out of 10 and recommend it to every single one in your family, your brother, sister, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, cousin.
I think that, I think you know, you're going a little ham with it, but
No,
I
it's
do
that
agree.
good. It's
No, but
really that good
but
to me.
I get what you mean. Like, everybody can enjoy this,
Right.
Like this isn't like a DBZ or something, right?
Yeah,
like it's niche
it's
or
definitely-
Naruto or something like that, or One Piece or anything like that, right? Like everybody, I believe, could enjoy this. Definitely a 10 from me. I mean, Ace and I already told y'all not last week, the week before, last episode, that this was a 10. I think just the way it was written. I mean, we looked this up, Jess and I. This took 6 years to make.
Worth it.
And it was well worth it, right? They waited for technology to get it to the right animation style that they wanted, because it's a very different type of animation.
Yeah.
Very fluid,
Beautiful art.
beautiful. Like, you could take a screenshot of any scene in this thing and it would look great. I think the way they did their little arcs were great. It was in arcs of 3. You had 1 through 3, that was a storyline. 4 through 6 storyline, and then 7 through 9 storyline. But they all, in different parts of them, call back to the other storylines.
Right.
And it's just the way that the characters, like we've been saying this whole time, the way the characters are portrayed, there is no arguably like holier than thou right.
Right.
And there is no person that you're like, nope, you are completely wrong. I don't see anything in your mindset.
Right.
No, like there's no one like that. It's just a really well done show. Like at the end of the day, that's it. So I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Jess.
Thank
No,
you for
thank
coming.
you.
Us
Yes.
for vibing with our addictions
Yes.
on this good old AA meeting.
Well, I'm married to you, so the addictions are kind of with the marriage.
Yeah, they do say that. What, like, you live with somebody long enough, you start rubbing off on each other.
I think so.
Shoot, I don't even like, what is it? I don't like, this is totally off, but another thing that you'll realize about us is different things that we're into, right? Music, stuff, food. I love food, all right? And she loves, like, queso dips. I've always hated them.
What?
Because I don't...
Right?
It's just
That's
weird,
weird.
right?
No,
It's-
you're weird.
No, it's just weird to me. I understand it. I don't care, right? Judge me.
I will. That's
All right.
weird.
But like in the sense of like I didn't like hate them, but like I'd like salsa more, right? Like I don't know, it's just too much cheese for me.
There's not
But then-
too much cheese.
Hey,
Right?
all right, whatever. Maybe you know what? We could do a whole
In the
nother
comments,
hour.
yeah, in the
We could do
comments.
another
Is
hour
ever
on
too
this.
much nacho cheese?
Do you like queso or salsa more?
Okay.
Or what? What the
Salsa.
heck did you just? Oh, salsa more.
Yeah.
Good lord.
What did you think she said?
I don't know what she said.
Oh, because I thought that was pretty clear.
Also, another hot take: I'm half deaf, so there's a lot of things that I sometimes don't hear.
Okay.
That sounded like voodoo to me. She was like, "Do you like queso or house milk?" And I was like, "Did she just speak in tongues?" What was that?
Hey, I know I heard her say queso and salsa, but I was contesting. I like them both. And if I have nachos, I want queso and the salsa, then I'm like cross dipping both of them and enjoying the whole experience. That's how I eat the nachos. But
We gotta do a show on food one day, man.
I
love
told you,
food.
let's do a mukbang.
Hey, we might have to do that.
Cool.
Can I be there?
Of course.
Yeah, hell yeah. Anyway, God, look, I love this show. Talking about the most random crap.
This is what happens when you bring a third person.
No,
This is what we do.
period. You know how many times he and I are just sitting here? He's like, start the recording. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Oh, he will literally be dropping fire. I'm like, bro, record. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
But anyway, thank you for joining us. We didn't do the rigmarole at the beginning because we just wanted to get this in. But if you want to hit us up on your viewpoints of Arcane, X Anime Anonymous X on Instagram, X Anime Anonymous on Twitter,
Anime Anonymous on Audius.
and
Soon to be Anime Anonymous on YouTube.
yes, that is one thing that Ace is working on. And then also, I purposely didn't tell you what we're doing because I actually haven't watched this one. I've seen different videos and clips of it. And my boy Eric has been on me. Like, have you watched that anime yet? Have you watched that anime?
Okay.
I'm like, no.
All right, I'm
I
excited.
have so many. It's called SK8, like the number 8, so skate.
I've seen.
Have you seen it?
Well, no, I haven't seen it, but I've seen it in the top 10.
It's
Yeah.
apparently very good.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
Like, I've seen everything that I've seen, it's at least an 8 or higher out of
Okay.
10.
All right.
Just from the videos that I've seen, it looks cool. It's a skateboarding anime. It came out in 2021 and it's in like that sports genre.
Right. Which I am a huge fan of the
Yeah,
sports
same.
genres.
I used to not like them. Haikyuu got me into them.
Haikyuu. I'm a big sportsman. Haikyuu, Yawamushi Pedal. What's the basketball one? Kuroko no
I
Basket.
hate that one with a passion.
Nah,
They doing some BS in there. Oh, vanishing shot.
Okay, that part. All right, they have some stuff that's questionable, but
My man did the trigram 64 palms on the basketball.
that
bro.
was tough. And like when it pulls from other animes, it makes it. I enjoy it. Okay, what's the other one? Hajime no Ippo for the boxing.
Baki.
Baki, of course. What's another one that's sports related? Oh, Domino Ace.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I was
Prince
like,
of Tennis.
see,
Come on, bro.
See, shoot, you going that, but you gotta hit like what's the other one?
Air
Something-
gear for the skates.
I was about to say gear.
Yeah,
I was like, it was something gear.
Like, I'm on it. Definitely a big fan of them.
But yeah, so I am excited to watch this one. It has been on my list. I've just been kind of slacking on my list. My to watch list constantly grows.
Yeah,
it never
press play.
it never ends.
And I
It's
think
12
I'm gonna like
episodes.
the skate one because it's gonna remind me of Rocket Power, and I grew up on Rocket Power.
Hey, Rocket Power.
Yeah, so if anyone know Otto and Squid and Reggie and all them,
Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
so it's 12 episodes, which is usually our format.
yep.
So excited to do skate next week. Again, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, your thoughts. If you thought we gave too much hype to Arcane, I'm gonna say you're wrong, respectfully.
I'm gonna
But
say
that's-
you're wrong disrespectfully.
Well,
Prove me wrong.
That's why I run the Instagram.
Prove me wrong. I need data, facts. I need timestamps. Prove me wrong. If you can't, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I don't know about all that.
Because I'm like, look. If I told you guys from the beginning, if you don't like this by the first minute, you're not human. So come at me. I'm
Man,
with it. I want all the smoke.
2022, there might be some aliens out there. You don't know.
Hey, aliens, I want the smoke. Let's go.
But until then, thank you for joining us. Catch us next week with Skate. I'm CJ,
And this is Ace.
I'm just the wife of CJ.
and we'll catch you next AA meeting.
Bye.